I'm a bit late, darling. It's been one mad rush today.
It's fine. I popped into the office just to show my face and see how the business is ticking along. I haven't been here long myself. Drink this, you have suffered enough. Here's to us.
To us. So, what news from the Rialto?
Mixed, I'd say. I told Megan about us when I got back last night.
Oh.
And she didn't take it very well.
To be expected, really. It was bound to have taken her by surprise.
I should have handled it better. Maybe chosen a different occasion. But I just couldn't keep us a secret any longer. I showed her your photo, which didn't go down too well.
Well, I know it's not a very good likeness, but I'm not that hideous, surely.
God, no. Quite the opposite, in fact. Her self-esteem's not too good at present. So I think she felt a bit threatened when she saw your photo. She thought you looked about 35.
Oh, I wish. I'm warming to this girl.
She's been a bit paranoid about her own looks since she passed the dreaded 3-0. And her current relationship's not going too well, so I think your photo obviously touched a nerve. She brought up the age gap, of course, and then we got into an argument.
About the age difference?
Not so much that. More about me finding someone else so soon after Anne's death. And other things.
What other things?
Look, we both agree to be completely honest with each other, but there are some things I haven't yet told you about me.
Let me guess. You're actually a retired secret agent.
Don't joke, Leah. This is hard enough as it is.
Sorry. You were saying?
What Megan was quick to remind me about was that I wasn't a very faithful husband to Anne. I have to plead guilty to a number of, indiscretions over the years.
Ah, skeletons coming out of the closet now. What are we talking about here? The odd fling or serial infidelity?
Somewhere in between, I suppose.
Would you care to elaborate?
I had a few meaningless skirmishes, office romances, when I was building up the business. Then in my early 40s, I suffered the cliched midlife crisis and had a serious affair with a colleague's wife. We even got as far as planning to leave our spouses and set up home together. But we never went through with it.
Why not?
A touch of cold feet, I suppose. Plus, Megan was going through a really bad time, and it just wouldn't have been right. The timing was all wrong, and when things settled down with Megan, the moment had passed, and the affair just fizzled out.
Did Anne know about it?
Yes, it all came out eventually. Things were pretty sticky between us. We were very British about it. Put on a good act for friends and neighbours. I offered to move out, but Anne persuaded me that we needed to show a united front for Megan's sake. I'm sure she guessed something was up, but she had too many troubles of her own to worry about, so she didn't say anything.
What sort of troubles? Or shouldn't I ask?
She had an unwanted pregnancy when she was in her A-level year at school.
Oh no! Some spotty-faced oik from the rugby team, no doubt.
Worse than that. Her English teacher.
You're joking. What happened?
Oh, the predictable scandal. He was sacked, then blacklisted. Megan was 18 when it happened, so he couldn't be prosecuted. We talked about a termination, but Anne's Catholic sensibilities wouldn't tolerate that. As it happened, fate took a hand and she miscarried after a couple of months.
Oh, how dreadful for her. Edward?
What is it?
No, it doesn't matter. You were saying about Megan's miscarriage.
Yes, I couldn't help feeling that maybe it was for the best. It certainly messed up her head for a while. She had to retake the year and then didn't do as well as predicted, which was an added disappointment. Also, I think the experience has rather blighted her subsequent relationships. Who am I to talk? I haven't exactly been the ideal role model.
No. Perhaps we need to discuss that.
Ah. Do I detect a sensorial tone in your voice?
You know, the thing I like about you, one of the things I like about you, is that for someone who claims to be uneducated, you have a very literate turn of phrase.
That was one of the main reasons I was so angry about Megan getting pregnant. I had to leave school at 15. My parents couldn't afford for me to stay on at school. let alone go to college or university, so I made damn sure that I could at least speak and write correctly. Helped me no end as I made my way up the greasy pole. It also made me determined that my kids would enjoy the benefits of further education which were denied to me. Greta did pretty well academically, but Megan's so bright. She could easily have got into Oxbridge, and then this prat of a teacher goes and gets her pregnant and ruins her chances. Just for a few moments' carnal pleasure.
I don't blame you for being angry. I certainly wouldn't want any child of mine to go through all of that. So we were discussing your rather dubious fidelity record. As someone who was cheated on by my ex more than once, I obviously don't wish to go down that road again.
Obviously. I'm not proud of my past behaviour. And well, let's face it, at my age, I'm not likely to be... My literate turn of phrase deserts me here. Putting it about nowadays. Especially when I've been lucky enough to meet someone as wonderful as you.
Flattery will get you everywhere. Still, maybe it would be better if we took things a bit more slowly. Perhaps we were getting a bit ahead of ourselves, talking about setting up home together so soon.
Oh, yes, of course, it was madness. What were we thinking of? Why on earth would you want to have a hoary old fart like me under your roof?
Now, Edward, self-pity doesn't become you. I wasn't saying I don't want to live with you. I wouldn't have suggested it if I wasn't serious. But maybe we haven't considered all the angles yet. It's a lot for my kids to take on board. Plus, there's a chance that...
Chance that what?
No, it doesn't matter. All I'm saying is, perhaps we should take a bit more time before committing ourselves to anything.
It's not quite the same for you, my dear. You don't have time's winged chariot speeding you towards the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns.
Oh, you're waxing very poetic this evening.
Sorry. Must be the row with Megan last night. It's put Hamlet very much back in my mind. She got a bit of an Ophelia complex when she discovered she was pregnant. She was always quoting lines out loud from the text. That blasted English teacher has a lot to answer for.
You know, I think that you should go to Aberdeen, as originally planned, and spend some time with Greta and the boys. We can stay in close contact via phone and email. In fact, this is an ideal opportunity for you to discover the wonders of Skyping. And then we can see each other while we talk.
You're determined to drag me kicking and screaming into the 21st century, aren't you? Do I really have to be exiled to the godforsaken outer reaches of the country?
It's Aberdeen we're talking about, not the Arctic Circle. You don't have to stay as long as last time. If you're worried about time passing, then surely being with your family is very important. Then you can come back to me, and we'll see if moving in together still seems like a good idea. How does that sound?
Like purgatory. But, as usual, you are the fountainhead of common sense. I just have to dig out my thermal underwear and eat porridge for a month.
Oh, you poor thing.
Oh, it's Greta. I'd better take it if you don't mind.
No, it's fine.
Hi, darling. How are you? What do you mean? I often call you darling. Ah, so you've heard. Look, I know this must be There's a bit more to it than that. Actually, this isn't a very good time or place. A wine bar. She's sitting right opposite me, actually. Would you like to speak to her?
No, don't do this.
No, I didn't think so. Not so. We've agreed that I'm to come up to you as planned, and we're not going to rush into anything, so you needn't worry. Yes, I will bring some warmer clothes. Okay, yes, we will certainly have a proper talk. Yes, when I'm in your tender care in Aberdeen, you can keep me in detention and give me thousands of lines. Well, you always treat me like a delinquent schoolboy, Greta. I am not showing off just because Leah's here. Look, I'll call you back this evening, okay? Right. Yep. Okay. Yep. Bye. Bye. As you can probably tell, Greta can be somewhat overbearing. Anne used to call her a force of nature.
She sounds fun. I can't wait to meet her.
The words Greta and fun are not ones I usually associate with each other. Don't get me wrong, she's a great girl, but I think she must have had a sense of humour bypass when she was a child. I blame her mother.
Why?
Oh, her Catholic guilt. Having fun was sinful. Couldn't allow that. Can I top you up? Oh, you've hardly touched yours. You okay?
I don't really feel like wine at present. I need to keep a clear head for this meeting at Joanna's school this evening. Anyway, going back to what we were talking about. So, would you say your office romances were to make up for this lack of fun?
Possibly. I can't defend my surrender to my baser instincts, so I shan't bother to try. I'll just take my punishment, which in this case seems to be exile to the outer limits of Caledonia, followed no doubt by permanent banishment from your presence.
Golly, Ed, talk about drama queen.
Okay, point taken. What's with this Ed? You've never called me that before?
Maybe you need to loosen up. I thought it might help if you had a tag that sounded a bit more relaxed. But if you don't like it, how about Ted?
No, thanks.
Eddie?
Definitely not.
No? Oh, it'll just have to be Eduardo then.
Oh, Leah, you do my spirits a power of good. What's the matter, darling? What have I said now?
Oh, no, it's nothing. A touch of nausea. I've been feeling a bit off these last few days. I'll just, pop to the ladies if you don't mind.
Of course. Hello, Megan. Yes, I'm sorry I didn't see you this morning. You must have gone out early. Oh, of course. Yes, I'd forgotten you had that meeting in Guildford. Where are you now? Right. Okay. I'm in DeFranco's having a drink with Leah. No, she's got some function at her daughter's school tonight. Tell you what, I'll get us a takeaway, and then when you get back, we can eat and have a good talk about things. Yeah, right. Yes, I have. She rang me earlier. But we didn't talk for long. It wasn't the right time or place. I'll call her again tonight. Okay. Better go. See you soon. Bye. Bye. Are you okay?
Not really.
Do you need to see a doctor or something?
I saw one earlier today, as a matter of fact. He gave me some interesting news.
About what?
Have an inspired guess.
No. You're kidding.
Afraid not.